What's up, guys? Jason back to my channel. Tonight we're doing a review for AEW Collision and AEW Rampage on a Saturday night and stuff. Well, today's Sunday. So, anyways, while making this video, so it was back to back shows and stuff, and 3 hours again. And then the next weekend again will be it was on TBS, way earlier tonight and stuff, and then next Saturday will be on TNT. So they're kind of back and forth with the games and stuff on TBS and TNT and all that. That's why it's 3 hours and stuff almost every week. But anyways, let's go and get to it then with the first match of AEW Collision, and let's go and get to it then with Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli versus Top Flight. We immediately hear the familiar sounds of Brian Danielson's theme hits, and out comes the American Dream, accompanied by fellow Blackpool Combat Club member Claudio Castagnoli. The two head to the ring for our opening tag team contest. Yes, Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness. Welcome to the show. The theme for Top Flight hits, and out comes the team of Dante and Darius Martin, as introduced by ring announcer Bobby Cruz. The four men are in the ring and ready to rock and roll. Bounce on this one with our opening match of tonight's jam-packed show. Alright. Danielson and Darius Martin kick things off for the respective teams. The two get standing ovation before they even touch. A loud AEW chant breaks out as the two finally get after it. We see Danielson take the early lead with some kicks. He grounds Darius and gets a bow and arrow. Claudio tags in and takes over as we head into a mid-match break. When we return, we see Danielson lining up Martin with rapid-fire kicks in the corner. Dante finally tags in and he drills Claudio, who tags in for his side with about 1,000 stiff-looking shots. Claudio fights back and takes over, getting the big swing for a big pop from the Vancouver crowd. Martin fires back up on the fence and hits the high spot for a close 2 count. The American Dream hits a Buzaki or knee, and brings Castagnoli back in, who follows up with his own finisher and the pinfall for the win. Good opener after the match. Danielson gets on the mic. He asks the fans to give Tough Flight a round of applause. He mentions the AEW chant early into the match. He says it warmed his heart. He talks about the upcoming Anarchy in the arena match. Castagnoli exits the ring and heads to the back as Danielson talks about doing Anarchy in the arena because he loves AEW. He talks about the Elite and the Young Bucks not representing what AEW is all about. Tony Khan has been at every AEW show since its inception. He says the Young Bucks aren't even here tonight. Yeah, they weren't there. So, anyway, winners are Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. Alright, next match is Will Ospreay versus Lee Moriarty. After Danielson wraps up, Schiavone and McGuinness rundown action still to come tonight as the official graphics flash across the screen. We learn that Will Ospreay versus Lee Moriarty will be up next. On that note, we head to a pre-match commercial break. When we return with Ospreay's theme hits. And out comes the aerial assassin in his elaborate entrance robe to a big pop. Ospreay sails into the ring to a loud chant of Ospreay to the beat of his theme. It wraps up, and the theme for his opponent hits. Out comes Lee Moriarty, accompanied by Shane Taylor. Moriarty wears his entrance mask as he heads to the ring. He takes off and looks all business. He sells inside the square circle. The theme for the Undisputed Kingdom hits, and out comes the AEW International Champion Roger Strong, accompanied by Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. Strong heads down with the duo to join Schiavone and McGuinness on special guest commentary as we will defend his title against Ospreay at the upcoming AEW Double or Nothing 2024 pay-per-view. He begins Tony. Yeah, he yells. The bell sounds and off we go. We see some more back and forth action with Ospreay settling in the early offensive lead as Strong gloats on commentary. Ospreay hits a big high spot from the ring. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, guys. Gloats on commentary. Ospreay hits big high spot from the ring on the floor, and Moriarty. Then we sail into a mid-match commercial break as action continues. When we return from the break, we see Moriarty hit a big move on Osprey that hurts the neck of the aerial assassin. He gets in some follow-up moves, but Osprey takes over and the crowd explodes. Even Strong gives him credit on commentary. Terror hops on the ring apron, so Osprey blasts him with a super kick. He goes for the Oz Cutter on Moriarty, who counters into his border city stretch. Osprey escapes and hits a Stormbreaker for the win. After the match, Strong hops up from commentary and gets in Osprey's face on the apron from behind. Shane Taylor knocks out Osprey. The Undisputed Kingdom come in and taunt Osprey while he's down and out. So the winner is Will Osprey. Alright, Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony versus Evan Rivers and the Burroughs brothers. Tony Schiavone brings up Willow Nightingale's upcoming TBS Women's Title defense at Stardom event. We see footage of Mercedes Moné during the ceremonial first pitch at a Boston Red Sox game, and then Moné and Willow in a contract signing is announced for next week's AEW Dynamite, which is this coming week. Back inside Rogers Arena, Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony make their way down in the ring to the ring. RA in the ring are Evan Rivers and the Varro Brothers, Tommy Twins. The bell sounds and we're officially off running with his trio's reaction, blah blah. Within seconds, we see Cage and the Gates of Agony gobble up the local enchantment trio for a super quick squash match. After the match, Schiavone gets in the ring with a mic and asks them why they turn on and attack their Mongol Bassi leader Swerve Strickland. They call Swerve jealous and talk about the AEW EVPs, the Young Bucks, until the theme for Swerve hits to cut them off. Cage heads out of the ring to wait for Swerve, but Swerve comes in and behind with the chain and beats down the Gates of Agony. He hits a belly to back suplex on Cage and follows up with the house call, dies out and splashes on the Gates of Agony on the floor. He chains Bishop Khan to the ring post. Toa Leona attacks Swerve from behind. Leona charges at him, but Swerve hits him with a cinder block and smashes his head on the stairs with the chair. As Cage watch, we head to another commercial break. So winners are Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. Alright, next match is Daniel Garcia versus KM. When we return from the break, Swerve Strickland is backstage talking about all that he's had to overcome, and how his own people in the Mongol Bassi are now people he's got to deal with. He says he dealt with 2 tonight, and he'll do with Brian Cage. A match is announced between Swerve and the Machine for next Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite in Everett, Washington. Back inside the arena, Dan Garcia's theme hits, and out comes now he comes for our next match of the evening. Already in the ring is his opponent, our large fellow named KM. The bell sounded for sure with this one. KM takes an early offensive lead, even stopping to mock Garcia's little dance. Danny Match and Matt Menard has joined Schiavone and McGuinness on special guest commentary for this one. Garcia ends up taking over as Menard sings his praises. He shows KM how the real little dance is done, and then finishes him off with the Dragon Sleeper for the submission victory. So winner is Dan Garcia. Alright, next match is Dax Harwood versus Diamond Kid Tommy Billington. This was a good match right here. We see footage of how this week's AEW Dynamite ended with the announcement of Team AEW for their battle against the Elite and Anarchy in the arena at AEW Double or Nothing 2024. After that, one of the members of that match, FTR's Dax Harwood, makes his way out. Harwood heads to the ring, accompanied by Cash Wheeler for our next match of this week's Collision. He sells in the ring, and the catchy ass Midnight Express sounding theme for FTR wraps up the theme for the British Bulldog plays. Out comes Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington. He looks just like the Dynamite Kid in his prime. It's freaky. The bell sounds, and off we go. 101 about the two circle the mat before locking up with Billington. starting to get the upper hand with the wrist lock before Dax hits a side headlock, take down both men and get to their feet with Tommy hitting the ropes only to be taken down by Harwood, who goes on the attack. Now he takes the Dynamite Kid down, keeping the wrist lock and tight even as Billington gets to his feet, only to be taken right back down. The exchange turns around in Tommy's favor when he reverses of it, hitting the ropes and taking Dax down with a shoulder tackle on the last of four attempts. Dax leaves the ring for a breather as the ref begins the count, but he makes his way back into the ring before getting a side headlock, only for Tommy to fight out of it. Dynamite Kid hits the ropes but is taken down hard with a back elbow by Harwood, who follows up with the chop. Dax sends the Kid to the corner now, but Billington fights back with some strikes at his own until Harwood lays him out with the lariat. Dax goes for the cover, but Bennington kicks out. Dax gets to his feet on the outside, only to be dropped with a dive by the Dynamite Kid. Bennington brings Harwood back in, setting up for an aerial attack, but and a clothesline, and then hitting a big elbow from the top for the cover. But Harwood kicks out. Dax fights out of a waist lock, sending Tommy to the corner to set him up on the top turnbuckle. The two got at it on the turnbuckle with Billington sending Dax down to the canvas before going up, only for Dax intervene. With the forearm, Harwood hits a big suplex, setting the Kid down hard to the mat. Moments later, he gets the win. They shake hands afterwards. So winner is Dax Harwood. Alright, next match is Thunder Rosa versus Robin Renegade. We shoot to a million backstage segments, which sees footage from after the end of last week's AEW Dynamite, where Kazuchika Okada calls out Dax Harwood for a match at AEW Dynamite. Next week, it is also announced that Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson for Kyle Fletcher and Jeff Cobb will take place after another segment airs, showing the Young Bucks being jackass EVPs backstage with the staff clean trying to bully Christopher Daniels, who wasn't having it. Danielson yelled in Matt Jackson's face and threatened to beat his ass. It is announced that Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal versus the Young Bucks will take place on Dynamite next week. When we return, Harwood is backstage. We were talking about Anarchy in the arena coming up. He also mentions how he's got Okada next Wednesday after just fighting Dynamite Kid. Dynamite Kid and Tommy Billington. He promises Okada he's never fought anyone like him before. Top guys out. Back inside the arena, Thunder Rosa's demon has sent out. She comes. She sells in the ring, and her opponent Robin Renegade of the Renegade Twins make her way out. The bell sounds and for women's action here on AEW Collision. After some more back and forth action, Renegade sends Rosa to the guardrail as we head to a mid-match commercial. By one turn, we see Rosa dominating the action. She claps on the Cobra clutch and gets the submission victory. As usual, she babbles into the camera off mic, partially in English and partially in Spanish, in arrogant baby face fashion after the match. So winner is Thunder Rosa. Alright, main event on the Collision. Winner is Thunder Rosa. So main event. So here we go. It's TNT Championship. Adam Copeland, who is the champion, versus Kyle O'Reilly. Main event time. But first, Johnny TV and Taya Valkyrie are shown backstage with Lexi and Aaron. They talk about Vancouver being filled with van losers. Johnny TV issues a challenge to anyone in the back. He and Taya begin making out as Nair scrunches up her face and walks away. We head to another commercial break on that note. When we return from the break, the commentators run down the updated lineup for the next week's Osprey, blah blah blah. Hook airs and he is announced for action. Back inside the Rogers Arena, we hear the familiar sounds of Al Copeland's theme music. Out comes the Radar Superstar for his latest TNT defense. He settles in the ring, and his music dies down. The theme for his opponent plays. Out comes the hometown hero Kyle O'Reilly to an irrecoverably big pile. The bell sounds, and the noise from the crowd grows before these two even do anything. They shake hands before they lock up, and now they start to get after it. A loud "This is awesome" chant breaks out before much of anything happens. Kyle O'Reilly slaps a side headlock on Copeland, and a loud Kyle O'Reilly chant breaks out. As the action continues, we see Copeland settle into the offensive lead. He knocks O'Reilly off the ring apron where the hometown hero crashes and burns on the floor at ringside as we shift gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see Copeland still in control of this TNT Championship main event. Copeland heads to the middle rope for a leaping elbow smash, but lands arm first into the waiting arms of O'Reilly, who immediately snatches up a tight arm bar. Copeland eventually frees himself, and the fight between these two continues as the crowd comes to life. In the background, O'Reilly hits his knees and kicks, and the big move O'Reilly slaps on a knee bar, but Copeland gets the rope. O'Reilly heads to the rope with Copeland laid out. He leaps off with the knee to the back of the radar superstar. He slaps a Fujiwara armbar on Copeland now as fans shout tap 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 at the TNT champion. Copeland escapes and hits a big move of his own. This is awesome chant. After some more back and forth action, Copeland lands on a kick that drops O'Reilly, who clutches himself and kicks his feet in pain as Rev makes Copeland back up so he can check on him. Copeland goes for the spear, but O'Reilly catches him, coming in with the guillotine on. He squeezes away as the crowd comes to life, but Copeland stands up still in the hole and transitions into his impaler DDT. Fans break out in a loud AEW chant as Copeland stalks O'Reilly from the corner. He charges at him and connects this time with a spear for the win. That's how this visual ends. Thanks for joining us. So winner and still TNT champion M. Copeland. Alright, so that was it for the AEW Collision, and see you guys in the next video for AEW Rampage. Alright, good show and earlier tonight also. So anyways, that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.